So before we start the Lamrim class, please everybody set up, generate very great motivation, which is great compassion towards all sentient beings. Because we have been study Lamrim. The Lamrim is the Mahayana teaching. So Mahayana teaching, the Mahayana practices are motivated or rooted by great compassion. First, please generate compassion towards all sentient beings without exception. So when you generate compassion, then you feel a wish all sentient being free from suffering and cause of sufferings. In order to do it, you have to be Buddha. There are so many causes and conditions to become Buddha. The main important is bodhicitta. So please generate bodhicitta based on great compassion. Also, you must remember in the Lamrim how the teacher should explain the teaching, how the attendant, participant receive the teaching. And that time, the both sides, the teacher and the students or disciple or attendant must have a very clear motivation, only benefit for other sentient beings. At the beginning, if we have a good motivation for 3 hours, we have only positive actions. All the actions can be positive. If we are not able to cultivate pure motivation for 3 hours, actually we are studying Dharma. It cannot be Dharma study. We cannot accumulate any merits. Therefore, at the beginning, the motivation is very important. And at the end, the dedication is very important. In between, whatever we study, practice, within the great compassion, within the bodhicitta. Okay, so usually we have a kind of 2 kinds of class. At the beginning we do the revision, then we do actual lesson. At the beginning we learn the greatness. The Lamrim has a very important features. After that, we study, the history about Adisha. After that, then we study how to teach, how to receive the teachings. After that, we study the qualification, the qualities of the teachers, the qualities of the students. Therefore, when we do Dharma practice, first we need, very stainless, very good Dharma book, which doesn't have any misguide or misunderstanding, misconception. Therefore, the Lamrim is the best Dharma book to study, to practice. So, the greatness of the Lamrim. Then, how we know the Lamrim is really good? Then we need to know who really, composed, who really start the Lamrim. Then, Adisha is the first person who put all practice together and name as a Lamrim. Then third, so when we study, what kind of motivation we must have? When the teacher give a teaching, what kind of motivation the teacher must have? That means we remember the 6 ideas. Buddha is look like doctor. Dharma is a medicine. We are look like sick person. We are patients. Then you remember the 6 ideas. Then, in order to practice, in order to learn Dharma, we need, qualify teacher or qualify guru. Then there are 10, qualities of the teachers. Then, yes, teacher has all the good qualities. That means you can be good student. No. Also, the student must have the 4 qualities. Then after that, then we learn how to rely on the teacher. Yes, teacher is good. Yes, he or she has all the good qualities. Also, I can be stable to listen the Dharma because I have all the good qualities. Then next, how we should rely on the teacher. Then rely on the, physically or mentally. So mentally, when you rely on teacher, then there are 4, kind of the mental kind of qualities. The first one, the dutiful, like child. Then, yes, the teacher has all the good qualities. I have the right qualities. Also, I know how to rely on the teacher. Also, I know how the teacher must teach the students. And the most important, when you rely on the teacher, so you must, serve to the teacher. Also, you must offer something to the teacher. But the teacher should not consider about the offering, only consider about your study and practice. Then this is enough? No, after you rely on the teacher, then you need to practice, you need to do meditation, right? Meditation. Then, so when we study about meditation, so there's at the beginning, how many? After relying on the teacher, then meditation, right? Then, the benefit of relying on the teacher. Then the faults of not relying on the teacher. At the beginning, the actual way of sustaining the meditation, the refuting the misconception about meditation. Then actual way of sustaining meditation has 2 parts. What to do during the actual meditation session, what to do in between meditation session, and what to do during the actual meditation session. It has 3. the actual meditation session has divided into 3 parts, 3 phases. What are they? Preparation, actual session, and conclusion. That means when you do meditation, first you need to do the preparation. Mainly how many? 6. So it should do, right? 6 aspects of preparation. Without looking your Lamrim, verse number 1. Place where you are staying and neatly arrange the presentation of the Buddha's body, speech, and mind. Right? You clean the place where you practice. Then you must have a symbol or representation of the Buddha's body, speech, and mind. First, you must have a Buddha statue or painting or photo. Then we must have a Dharma books, representative of the Buddha teaching. Then we must have, particular stupa, which is representative of the Buddha mind. So you set up the Buddha statue and Dharma, then we must set up the offering. Offering without deceit, right? So you must offer things with a pure motivation, very pure mind. You should not think, I offer, I set up beautifully, people praise about me. When people look at people, think, you are really good. We should not think this way. We should not have a worldly conscience. Then number 3, sit up, straight up, comfortable, sit in the stable posture. Your leg either in the half full or half lotus posture. So you can sit on the chair, you can sit on the ground, you can sit in the cushion. The most important, upper body must be very straight, upraised, very straight. Because when your body little bit bend, then the energy within the body cannot flow freely. That's why you have to be, upright the body and sit very comfortably. Number 4, imagine the seated in, that's means visualize the field of merit. Mainly, there's 2 kinds of lineage. What are they? Vast and profound lineage. So when you sit, sit on the cushion, on the chair, simply you visualize Buddha Shakyamuni in the center. Then on the left side, you visualize the profound lineage guru, mainly Manjushri. On the right side, you visualize the Mitriya Buddha, which is the lineage of the vast teaching. Then if you can, then you can visualize, your root guru just below the Buddha Shakyamuni or heart of the Buddha Shakyamuni. Then you no need to worry, all the other lineage gurus. Number 5, condition for the production of the path in your mind. That means now, yes, you already clean the room, you set up all the offering beautifully, then you sit in the very comfortable seat, comfortably, then you already visualize the field of merit. Now, most important, you need, 2 cooperative conditions. What are they? Accumulation and purification is so important, right? Accumulation and purification. Because in our life, some, problems and difficulties arise based on, certain condition. So when we change the condition, for example, when you feel so hot, so we feel, suffering. So when you turn on the AC, you feel cool. The coolness is just come from, certain condition. It nothing to do with the karma. And there are so many other sufferings and problems, those arise from the negative karmas. So therefore, we need to purify the negative karmas. Not only purification, we need to accumulate. For example, when you just clean your room, right? Room become very clean. If you don't have anything in the room cannot be, beautiful, cannot be look very nice. You need to put, beautiful object in the house. That means when you purify your mind becomes very clear. But you don't have a positive action, you don't have a positive energy to practice Dharma. The second, you need to accumulate the merit. In order to do these two practices, then what we need to do? We need to practice the seven limb practices. Seven limb practices. Number one, prostration. So when we do prostration, there's a different, way of doing prostration. So when you do the Chinese tradition, there's a different way. Tibetan, different type. We have a different, tradition, different culture. Doesn't matter which culture you follow. The most important, you do the prostration with the three together: body, speech, and mind. Because when we accumulate negative karma, we accumulate through our body, speech, and mind. Also, when we do the positive actions, we must do with our body, speech, and mind. So therefore, you can do in different style, no problem. Therefore, somebody follow Tibetan tradition, then someone follow the Chinese tradition. That you should not try to change, their way of doing prostration. If you follow Chinese culture, Chinese Buddhist tradition, you should not try to correct, the people who follow Tibetan tradition. Both is okay, is correct. Then most important, you do, the physically, verbally, mentally. The most important, you must have a pure motivation. Prostration. Then, when we do prostration, we do the prostration to the, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, or representation of the Buddha body, speech, and mind, right? Therefore, when you go by MRT, go by bus, go by car, when you see the Buddhist temple, you must pay respect. If there's someone around you, you don't have to do like that. You just, your burden, your head is okay. You just do your hand like this, okay? And also, if you can, you just say, in Sanskrit, Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya. And it I prostrate to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. If you are say, comfortable. Otherwise, you just recite the words in your heart. Prostration. Number two, offerings. How many types of offerings? No. There's two types of offering. What are they? Unsuppressible offering and suppressible offering. Right? First, you offer what you have. You can offer a fruit, light, incense, because every day we eat and drink. Before you eat and drink, you offer your drinking and food. So when you buy new things, new clothes, a new phone, new computer, new laptop, new mobile, first you offer the new things to the fellow merit. That's you call, you have, or do you have. Then unsuppressible offering is you just imagine, based on the imagination level offering. Number three, confessions. Confession is very important. Confessions. So purify negative karma. So when you do the confessions, two things are very important. Actually, there's 4 powers. Among the 4, 2 are very important. What are they? Regret. It's really regret from depth of your heart, and make a promise, make a commitment. For example, due to misunderstanding, due to accidentally, you ate the poison food. After you has taken, then you notice it is a very powerful poison. Then you feel very regret. You feel very worry, because after taking the poison food, you will sick seriously, ill seriously. Then you feel so regret. right? You say, I should not eat. Regret. The regret reduces the negative karma. Also, the regret, it reduces the negative karma which is we have already accumulated. Second one, commitment. Commitment means I won't engage in negative karma anymore. I won't engage into negative action anymore. That means you stop to accumulate new negative karma through the commitments, through promise. Also, you reduce the negative karma which is you have already accumulated through the regret. Then, antidotes. Then you can do the recitation, you can do prostration, whatever. You can do chanting. So therefore, if you chant for purifying negative karma. When you chant, someday you can chant for accumulation merit. It depends on your motivation, right? The antidotes. Then the field of confession, then visualize all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Among the antidotes, the best, most powerful antidotes for purifying negative karma is the bodhicitta. Accumulating merit is the best means is the bodhicitta. Number four, rejoicing. The rejoicing, you can rejoice all merits, include, Buddha and Bodhisattvas. When you remember all sentient beings, you rejoice their positive actions. When you remember Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, also you make a rejoicement in all the merit which is accumulated by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Also, you always rejoice your own positive actions. Always rejoice your own study and practice. When you rejoice your own merit, it multiplies your merit. If you rejoice other merit, you accumulate merit, not really multiplying. That means there's two different ways to rejoicing. The next? Imploring to the true will of teaching, right? That means it can be happen when you really see the teaching is very important. Teaching is very important. Then suddenly you have a mind to request, to the lineage guru, turn the wheel of Dharma. In order to do it, you need to know the importance of the teaching, the benefit of the teaching. Then you can make a requestment to the lineage guru to turn wheel of Dharma. The next, supplication. Supplication means request. In order to bring happiness and benefit to all sentient beings, you have to supplicate the merit to long life, the lineage gurus. Now, because look at, you must know, you are seeking, lasting happiness. You really wish to free from suffering. You really wish to achieve Buddhahood. Therefore, the Dharma must be remind continuously. Therefore, we have to request the teacher, turn the wheel of Dharma continuously. For example, when you have a serious sickness, then you have to request the doctor to come very often and give, the advice, give, instruction, or give, the medicine paper? Prescription. If the doctor give you only one-time prescription, it cannot be that benefit. That's why you can see the important turn wheel of Dharma continuously. Then, yes, the teacher is, teaching continuously, but due to, certain reasons, many gurus, many, perfect teacher, take into parinirvana. Then we have to request the teacher, please remain with us for, as much as you can. Therefore, you must know the importance of the teaching. The last, dedications. How many types of dedication you can do? This, I think, yeah. So when we do dedications, there's only two ways you can do the dedication. For example, when you have a big amount of cash in your hand, when you have a big cash, you deposit the cash into bank for lasting benefits, right? Then you can use the interest monthly, yearly. Therefore, first you dedicate the merit for becoming Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. It's the long-term benefits. Short-term, yes, as a human, we live in human society, so we have a lot of problems, difficulties. We dedicate the merit to free from the hindrance. Also, we can dedicate the merit to benefits, your family, brother and sister, whoever need it. That means one you dedicate for becoming Buddha to benefit sentient being, one for short-term benefit, one is the long-term benefits. There are two different ways. Then among the 7 practices, we can include into 3 practices, mainly 3 practices. What are they? Purification, accumulation, and multiplying, right? Multiplying. So among the 7, how many practice can be practiced for accumulation merit? 5, right? Prostration, offering, rejoicing, Tribunal of Dharma, supplication, and supplication. Your Tribunal of Dharma and supplication. 5 are into practice for mainly accumulating merit. Then confession, the practice of confession for purification. Then dedication is mainly for multiplying. That means 2, right? When you dedicate, not rejoicing. Rejoicing mainly for multiplying the merit. That's true. When you rejoice other sentient beings, other beings' merit, you can accumulate merit. When you rejoice your own merit, it practice for multiply. Right? That means you always rejoice yourself. This means accumulation, purification, and multiplying. The dedication can be divided into 2. One dedication for accumulating merit, one is for multiplying for the merit. Multiply the merit. Okay, now these are the pre-preparation, right? This is the preparation. The actual session, how to sustain the meditation in general. Now look at, you are in the meditation room, you set up everything, you have done the 7 limb practices. Now you need to do, the single pointed meditation. That's therefore generally how you can do the meditation. So do you remember, without looking at Lamrim, what is the purpose of the meditation? Yes. The purpose of this is follows. From beginning last time, you have been under the control of your mind. Please remember, right? From beginning last time, you have been under the control of your mind. So you are controlled by your mind. Your mind has not been under your control. Right? Until now, since we born, we are under we are under the control of our mind. Right? Mind. So mind is not under our control. Furthermore, your mind tended to obscured by the affliction and so forth. Thus, meditation aims to bring this mind, which give rise to all faults and flaws, under control, and then aim to make serviceability mind that you can direct your mind as you wish towards the virtuous object of meditation. Until now, look like, can you see most time, most cases, people lead the dog, right? Sometimes the dog lead the people. Generally, the people lead the dog always go after the person, but the person says, sit, dog like sit. Right? Get up, the dog get up. Just the dog follow the person. That means, until now, what we have been doing what the mind said. Right? What the mind think, you should go have a coffee, then you go and have a coffee. The mind desire to eat something, then we go and eat. So we are controlled by the mind. Now we have to change. How? We must control the mind. Right? The mind wish to go for drinking coffee. Then you should say, no, I'm not going. Until now, I listen to you. Since today, you must listen to me. Right? That means you change. That means you control the mind. Once you're able to control your mind, then you can use the mind wherever you want. Right? Wherever you want. Therefore, the meditation mainly for control your mind. Then you use the mind wherever you want. Then you want only the positive thing. Therefore, you want to meditate on impermanence for 10 minutes. The mind can, meditate on the impermanence because you already control the mind. Yeah, there's the two purpose. First, we control the mind. Second, once we control the mind, then we can use the mind wherever we want. Right? One. Then not only this, then the mind become very serviceable. The serviceability means that you can direct your mind as your wish towards a virtuous object of meditation. So when we do meditation, this is a very common mistake. Not problem, common mistake. You might try to sustain your meditation by jumping to this and that object of meditation. Right? For example, yesterday you did meditation on the, based on the Buddha. So today you do meditation based on the impermanence. Tomorrow we do meditation on compassion. We always change the object of meditation. Then how we can have a mindfulness for one object? Because we always change. So we should not change. You may consider sitting up according to your wish to variety of the virtuous object of meditation is not up your object of meditation, which these methods. Consequently, you will greatly hindrance your mind's ability to be directed as your wish towards the virtuous object of meditation. If you have made this at habits from the start, the virtuous practice of your whole lifetime will be flawed. Therefore, everybody loves to do meditation. In order to do the perfect single pointed meditation, first you need to choose a object, the virtuous object. They say virtuous object. That means the object must be virtuous. when you meditate on something, then you can accumulate merit. For example, when you meditate on impermanence, then through meditation on impermanence, you can reduce the misconception about permanent. That's means we call impermanence, emptiness, those are the virtuous object. When you meditate on the Buddha statue, Buddha, also at the beginning you must choose, which Buddha. Buddha Shakyamuni, Amida Buddha, Buddha Manjushri, which Buddha? You need to choose, specific a Buddha. Then color, then size. So today you visualize Buddha with the 2 hands. Tomorrow you visualize the Buddha with the 4 arms. Then problem, right? You must have one object, same size, same color, same feature. Today you meditate on the Buddha Shakyamuni, the golden color, maybe just say half feet, with the 2 arms, with the ball, and also mudara. You should not change. Then every day you just, visualize the same size, same color, same feature, same thing. Then you meditate on the Buddha continuously, maybe few months. Then your mind becomes very stable. When the stability there, then you can change the object of meditation, right? Then, when you got up early morning, you are very angry, you are very, unhappy. That moment, definitely you cannot do meditation on the Buddha because you got a lot of disturbance. Therefore, you should think why I'm angry, why I'm very unhappy. First you check. Then first you reduce all that, anger, unhappiness, reduce. When your mind becomes very calm, then you do the actual meditation. Clear? So we have to be very serious, okay? Why I say have to be very serious? Because as a Singaporean, you have a very busy life. Your time is totally, occupied. You don't have a time to come to TBC because you are so busy. So you are coming to TBC to learn Dharma. Not just learning, you must do practice, the proper practice, the right meditation. Therefore, at the beginning, please, choose the right object to meditate. Now it's very common, the breathing meditation. When you go to Thai, Burma, Tibetan, there's many people talk about that, the breathing meditation. Also, one of the famous, the Goenka, he talks a lot about the breathing meditation. The breathing meditation is the pre-exercise for the actual meditation. It is not the real meditation. When you're able to when you're able to focus on your breathing for 10 hours, what you can get? What you can get? It can reduce your negative thoughts? Cannot. So that means when you do, breathing meditation for 3 hours, you feel very happy, very relaxed. Yes, you have a big, long relaxation. When you woke up from the meditation, everything is same. When you see your enemy, you get angry. When you see beautiful object, you have an attachment. Everything is same. That means I'm not criticizing the breathing meditation. Okay, breathing meditation is very good. It's a learning how to do the meditation. Okay, it's not the actual meditation. We must know. Otherwise, when people go in temples, somebody asks to do meditation, just sit there. Right? You cannot get really benefits. You look like you are taking very strong drug. Then few hours you are very happy, very relaxed. Right? So we should not do this. That's why look, it's a virtuous object. Virtuous object of meditation. That means object must be virtues. For example, Buddha statue. For example, impermanence, compassion. Impermanence itself is not virtues. But when you meditate on impermanence, you accumulate merit. You reduce the misperception. This is what we call virtuous object. Right? Then, therefore, from the beginning, firmly determine the definite order and enumeration of the whatever object. The order. For example, when you do meditation on the, let's say, Buddha statue, Buddha Shakyamuni, you must have order. First, I focus, the general body. Then particularly you focus on the Unisha. Then slowly you focus the forehead. Then the nose and eyes. Then slowly, the chin and the face. Fully focus on the face. Then slowly you focus on the shoulder, hand, stomach, and leg, the lotus sits. You must have order. Every day you follow the same order. So today you start from the, the Unisha. Tomorrow you start from the lotus sits. Is no good. Because you cannot have the same habits. Okay, that means order. Right? Determine the definite order and numeration. Numeration means one Buddha, two Buddha, one hands, two hands, four hands. That means order, numeration, the definite. Then strengthen you will be repeatedly thinking, I will not. Well, when you choose the object of meditation, then strengthen your will by repeatedly thinking, I will not set up something that is different from what I have determined. Right? You have to say, okay, since today I will do meditation only about the Buddha Shakyamuni. Then once your mind think, oh, I do something, then you should not think I will do. You say, since today, I will do only meditation on this object. Right? Then I will not set up something that is different from what I have determined. Then look at, without exceeding, falling short of what you have determined. That means, first you visualize the Buddha Shakyamuni with the two arms. Then slowly you visualize the four arms. That means you are exciting. No good. At the beginning you visualize Buddha Shakyamuni with the two arms. Somehow slowly you visualize only one arm. One arm is no good. That means no good. Without exceeding or falling short of what you have determined. This is how we must do the meditation. Now we are talking about particular meditation about the teacher, the guru. How to sustain the meditation specifically? First, reflect on the benefit of relying on the teacher and so and so. That means you must now, because you need to cultivate, very pure, strong belief or in faith to your guru. That's why also you remember the guru, remember the benefit of relying on the teacher. Teacher is mainly like a guru. The benefit of the guru, not loss of the not rely on the guru. Then you will never allow myself to conceive of the faults in my guru. After considering any of your guru's good qualities that such as the ethical discipline, concentration, wisdom, and being learned, meditation on them until you produce a faith that has the aspect of the mental clarity. Right? Then, according with the sutra cited earlier, that means there's a lot of quotation in the past. That means now is mainly talking about how to do the meditation about your guru. Think about all the good qualities. Must have what you call clarity, aspect of mental clarity. That means when you see your guru, your mind have a very sense of happiness, cherishing. That means sense aspect of clarity. Now, what to do at the conclusion? By means of such prayers as there's two kinds of prayers. Prayers from the Samantha Bhadra, aspiration in the 70 verses. Dedicate the virtues that you have accumulated. Do it with aspiration on strong, that is will be the cause for fulfilling your professional. Look at fulfilling your professional and final aim. That means short-term benefit and the final benefit. Therefore, when I say, and somebody say, please do the dedication. That means, here I think very important to know the differences between aspiration and dedication. Right? Aspiration and dedication. Do you know what is the difference between dedication and aspiration? What is the differences between two of them?
You must have the merit before you dedicate.
Aspiration?
You need to have the merit first.
Very good. Aspiration, you can say, I wish to become Buddha. I wish to become Bodhisattva. I wish benefit all sentient beings. That means you are doing big business without cash. Without money. You cannot do, right? So aspiration is look like with doing big business without money. Dedication, doing big business with the money. You must have something to dedicate. That means first you must accumulate merit. Then the merit in your mind, then you're dedicating that merit which is accumulated. Right? That means many people have a mistake between, misunderstanding or mistake between aspiration and dedication. So this means conclusion, right? Here is mentioned fulfilling your professional and final aim. What is our final aim? What is our final aim? Buddhahood. Why you want to be Buddha? Why you want to benefit all sentient beings? Yeah. Yeah. Look at. Therefore, we must know why you want to be Buddha. Many people think, I want to be very happy. Right? It's not our aim. I want to be a doctor to save many people's life. Why you want to save many people? Because many people have a lot of serious illness and sickness. I want to eliminate all the sickness. Then people are very healthy and very happy. So next somebody asks, why you want to help the other people? The people think, many people say, I like to help others. So we should not say, I want to be Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Why you wish to benefit all sentient beings? Because all sentient beings are my dear mother, my dear relatives. Every sentient being has a connection with me. That means many people are your relative in this life. Many people were your relative in the past. Many people will be your relative in the future. That means every sentient being has a connection or relation. Every sentient being are our relatives. Therefore, I want to benefit all sentient beings because those are my relatives. Those are my dear mother, dear father, dear sister, dear brother. Therefore, I want to benefit. How you know they are your, relatives? Then you can say, we believe in the next life. We believe in the past life. Then past life, if there was past life, there must be our past life mother. How many? Many countless, because in the past we didn't have the right number of the life. Right? Therefore, final aims and provisional aims. Then next here, at the last paragraph. Okay, second one. Furthermore, if at first you meditate for a long time, that means how long I should do meditation, right? Then look at here. At the first you meditate for a long time, you will be radiantly susceptible to laxity and excitement. At the beginning, if you try to do the long meditation, then you are very easy to influence, right? Radiantly susceptible means very easy to influence by laxity and excitement. To laxity and excitement. Very important. Laxity and excitement. You must remember three things. Object of meditation. Then the mind which is meditated on the object of meditation. Then side by side, you have two enemies. What are they? Laxity and excitement. Laxity and excitement. Right? That means you are look like a person holding a object of meditation. Then side by side, there's left side excitement. On the left side excitement, the right side laxity. When the laxity come, what happened? The tightness of the focus become loose. Then you will drop. Too loose. Okay? And on the left side, excitement come. What happened? The mind go around. Then also object forgot. Laxity come first. The focus become very loose. Slowly, you cannot remember very clearly. Become very, like darkness, laxity. Excitement, you are meditating on the Buddha statue, Buddha Shakyamuni, fully meditating, and the mind says, let's go for coffee. And you feel, oh, I feel tired, just go. The excitement disturb you, right? So that means the mind, object of meditation, you always remember I have two enemies. Then no need to worry, you have two good friends. What are they? Vigilance, mindfulness. Vigilance and mindfulness. Mindfulness means look like the CC camera behind you. Okay, it's the look like mindfulness. Mindfulness. That means the CC camera is watching you. You are doing meditation or not, right? And CC camera with the sensor. Yes, the mind must remember. Yes, my mind is meditating on the Buddha. Then slowly, excitement come. Then the sensor says, oh, exciting coming, should not. Then again you fully focus on the object, slowly laxity come. Then the sensor says, okay, the sensor is look like vigilance. The CC camera is look like mindfulness. The mind is meditating on the, the virtuous object. That means you have two enemies, you have two best friends, which is vigilance and the mindfulness. What is the responsibility or what is the duty of the mindfulness? Mindfulness has a duty to watch the mind is fully focusing or not. It has a duty to watch the mind is meditating on or not. The vigilance has a duty to watch the laxity, excitement is coming or not. Excitement come, vigilance must know. The sensor must be made in Japan, not made in India. India says, not that be sensitive. That's when you have a good, like a product. That's here, look at, say here. Meditate for a long time, you will be radiantly susceptible for laxity and excitement. If this become your habits, right? So, look at the beginning you have a very vivid mind, fully focused, fully meditated on the virtuous object. Slowly, the freshness is not there. Still you are meditating. That means slowly you are feels very sleepy. Still you are meditating. It's become your habit is no good. That means you have to be very fresh mind, fully focused, very refreshed. If your mind become like this, still you feel very relaxed, but it's no good. If this become your habits, it will then be difficult to correct your awareness. Therefore, meditate in many short session, right? Do many time, but short. Short doesn't mean 1 minute, 2 minutes. Then it cannot do meditation. Minimum, let's say at the beginning, 5 minutes. Even though if you're able to do 6-7 minutes, should not. Take a rest, and do again. Take a rest, do again. Look like I think also most of you have experience to look after the child. When you teach something to the child, let them study, right, for a short time. Then you give some gift, like some candy, some gift, let them play. Then let them study again. You cannot force the child to continue study for long time. Then child going to get very upset, angry, tired. Next time the children won't look at the book. Therefore, we are look like child. We are beginner of the meditation. Meditate for a short time, but take a rest. Again, take a rest. Should not think at the beginning you have a long meditation, no good. Because you difficult to correct your awareness, therefore meditate in many short session. If you end your session with still wanting to meditate, you will be eager to re-enter each future session, right? If you take a break, second time you are very happy, eager to meditate, because you feel it's good. Then if you do long at the beginning, you feel very sleepy, you cannot remember the object, then you feel so tired, you really fed up with the meditation, then good. Here say, look at. You will be eager to re-enter each future session. Otherwise, it is said that you will feel nauseous when you see the cushion. Right? Look at this. Mean you must have the sense of sense of happiness for meditation. It can come when you not really feel tired, nor feel fed up. Then, when your meditation has become somewhat stable, then what happens? What to do? Lengthen the session. In all the session, make your practice free from the faults of being either too strict or too excessive relaxed. Right? That means when you do meditation, should not try to focus on it. Should not force too much. You really need to adjust your mind with the object of meditation. First, I said, you just visualize the general Buddha statue, very loose way. Then slowly, most, precise. Then look like you really can see the Buddha. Slowly, you do more, precise. Then, also when you think, it's too much, I'm forcing too much, I must have a bit relax. If you have excessive relax, it's no good. Thereby, sustain your meditation. In this way, you will have few obstacles. Right? When you do this meditation, you have very little obstacles and will overcome problems such as what? Overtiredness, laxity, and lethargy. The lethargy now extra, right? Tiredness. You should not be too focused. You feel so tired. Over excessive relax, the laxity. The lethargy. What does mean lethargy? You must remember differentiate between laxity, lethargy, then foggy mind. Foggy mind. Okay. So look at our experience. First, you are able to see the object of meditation. When you do meditation on the Buddha, yes, you can see the Buddha very clearly. Then slowly, you cannot see that clear. That means already the laxity already come. Your mind, meditation mind is influenced by laxity. Then you become very loose. Slowly, you cannot see the object of meditation. Then the lethargy mind already influenced. Your mind already influenced by the lethargy mind. Then finally, it totally become darkness. Then we call it the foggy mind. Foggy mind, the lethargy, the laxity. First laxity, second lethargy, then the foggy mind. Then you forgot the object of meditation. Right? Therefore, when you do the proper way, you have a few obstacles, but will overcome problems such as overtiredness, because you are not, strict, and you are not excessive laxity. Therefore, you already overcome laxity. What to do in between meditation? What to do in between meditation? Let's say, the common question, okay, morning, we everybody did meditation on the impermanence. So next we're going to have a lunch. Between we have a 1 hour break time. So what you want to do in between? Think about. Do exercise, yoga. What to do? What do you want to do in between? Makan? Recite mantra? No. Look at recitation, mantra, chanting? No. Because in the morning we did meditation on impermanence. In between we read lot of books about impermanence. Do some study, use some logic and reasoning about impermanence. Try to have a more clear, more deeper understanding about impermanence. Then next, when you do meditation, it becomes much better. You do meditation on the impermanence in the morning. In between, you do a lot of recitation, chanting. Second, when you do meditation on impermanence, you have all the nonsense thoughts come. You remember all the Buddha's, statue, the mantra, everything come in your mind. You should not. Therefore, according to the Vipassana teacher Goenkaji, he has I think few thousand Vipassana center all over the world. Once you're there, 1 week or 2 weeks, you just do the meditation. You should not do any recitation, no chanting, no visualization, no talking. Just focus on the meditation. There's a reason. There's a good reason. Okay, in between, I don't think you read the Lamrim. Look at in between. In general, there are many things to be done between meditation sessions, such as absence, circumambulation, recitation of prayer and scripture. However, the principal thing to do in the context is follow. After you have meditated on an effort of the meditate in the actual actual session and at the point of the ending session, you might not continue rely on the mindfulness and vigilance but instead completely let go for what should be sustained, the object of meditation and its subject aspect. If you do not do so, your progress will be extremely small. Therefore, even in between session, look at the teaching that reveals the meaning of your object of meditation and recollect it again and again, and accumulate by many means the collection which are the favorable condition for produce good qualities. Also clear away by many means the obscuration, which are the unfavorable condition by applying what you know. Right? This means between you must focus related to your meditation. Right? Then, of course, you have your daily, recitation, chanting. Then you must have a clear cut, very clear cut. Okay, morning I do meditation. Afternoon, from this period to this period, I do my daily practice. After finish your daily, recitation, chanting, again you read, you recollect related to your, object of meditation, right? So therefore, then here mention. Okay, I don't think we have enough time, so we must go. So tomorrow, next class, I think we will finish. Okay, next there's a few pages you can read, and the refuting misperception we no need to do. So I'll give you, the short explanation about the misconception about the meditation. Okay, next the actual Lamrim class. Okay, in the past we practiced about, importance of the compassion, right? Then we study, okay, at the beginning we study about all the benefits of the bodhicitta. Then we study what kinds of causes and conditions to generate or to arise compassion. Then talk about 4 conditions, 4 causes, 4 strengthens, right? Then we learn about how to generate bodhicitta. Then we study about, bodhicitta is the only one intense into Sutra Mahayana or Vajra Mahayana. Whichever you want to enter through the bodhicitta. Then bodhicitta, there's a 7 cause and effect. Within the 7, for us, cause to cultivate great compassion. 2 are the effect of the great compassion. So, compassion is very important because Buddha Mahayana path is compassion, right? Then we study why compassion is so important in the beginning, important in the middle, important at the end. Then we learn, at the beginning, great compassion is look like seeds. In the middle, it look like water and soil. At the end, it look like ripen the fruits. So, compassion. Then we learn, okay, after, great love and compassion, before bodhicitta, why we need to practice? Okay, without looking your lamrim. After number 6 is the altruism. Number 5 is great compassion. So between great compassion and bodhicitta, why we need to practice? Why we need to generate the wholehearted resolve? Altruism. Why we need to practice? When you have a great compassion, you wish all sentient beings free from suffering. Wish all sentient beings be happy. Then why you need to practice the altruism in between? Yeah. take the responsibility, right? Yeah. Once you develop compassion through a gradual training of the mind, you generate the desire to attain Buddhahood for the sake of all living beings. This should be enough. Why is it necessary to have the step of developing wholehearted resolve in between? Right? Between developing compassion and generating the bodhicitta. Reply. Although you are Charvaka, Pratika Buddha have immeasurable love and compassion when by they think if only being could have happiness and the free from suffering. This non-Mahayana follower do not think I will take on the responsibility to remove the suffering and to provide the happiness for all living beings. Therefore, you must develop the wholehearted resolve that suppress all other courage thoughts. It is not enough to think, right? Just not enough to think. You must take into responsibility. Then you remember the quotation from the sutra, right? If only all living beings could have happiness and could be free from suffering, you must also wholeheartedly assume the responsibility for producing this yourself. Right? That means, let's say, we saw someone is seriously ill, seriously injured on the roadside. So when we saw the person, everybody have a love, compassion. Love means wish the person in be happy. Wish the person is okay, is kind of love. Suffering, compassion, wish the person is free from this problem and suffering is a compassion. Everybody wish. Any of you go and, save the person life, the person is totally, in accident, totally, full of, blood, all parts of body. Will you go and save the person? Will you? Let's say, will you or not? Because now we are worried. Don't touch. You get disease, the blood, cancer, or so many things. We are very worried, right? I can see in my experience. One time, me and one of the friends, we went for lunch behind the Bugis, and the steps are so sharp. They put the, I think some kind of plaster. One of the auntie, I think, she fell over. Then the leg, the behind the nerve is totally cut. The blood is coming all over. There's a bunch of people around her. Everybody saying, "Oh, I saw her. She walking like that, or she falling like that." Everybody talking about the lady. Nobody did anything. Then I thought I didn't do anything. I just, hold her legs, pull up, because the bloods go down. Then I asked, do you have any tissue, paper? Then many people give tissue. I put all the tissue around, I hold like this. And I asked, bring a chair. Then somebody brought a chair, then I put the leg up. Then bottle won't come out, right? Then after, I think, 20 minutes, then the ambulance come, the doctor or someone come, and they took her. And my whole hand is totally blood. Then they are good, they wash my hands with, I think, some kind of waters. And I'm okay. Right now, look at. Also true, if you really touch the person, people very worry you will have a problem. Oh, you will get disease. Also, we have to be very careful. If you too much careful, too much worry, that's no good. Right? That means, responsibility. Not enough to just think, you must have a responsibility. That means, when we see the person has a problem, we do not just wish. We must do the responsibility. We must help the person. Right? Then there's a quotation from the sutra. Then after the quotation, the connection between the meaning and the part of the analogy, the pit of the fells represent of the what? Three realms. The only child represented living being. And the mother and the other relatives represent Charvaka and Partika, who see the being fall into this second existence, grabs, limbed, but are not able to save them. The merchant or the householder represent the Bodhisattvas. This, the analogy is very, very nice. You just remember. Once you intended to liberate all being, very important here. Once you intend to liberate all beings, you realize that in your present condition, right? Our present condition, even if you attain the highest state, present condition, you cannot fulfill the aim of even single being, right? Cannot. Right now, we wish all sentient beings be happy. We cannot make single person happy. Even though as a relatives, you try to happy with your all relatives, your brother and sister, you cannot. Sometimes they make a lot of problem. So this moment, we don't have the condition to provide happiness for all sentient beings. Even though I don't have an ability to provide happiness for one single beings, we don't have, right? Even if you attain the highest state of the two arhats, Charvaka and Partika Buddha, you will still only be able to fulfill the aim of liberation for merely a few living beings, and will be unable to establish them in the omniscient. Therefore, if you think you can fulfill all the temporary and final aims of limitless living being, right? Therefore we cannot. So you will realize that only a Buddha has this ability. Then you will develop the desire to attain Buddhahood for the sake of these beings. Now you must know the order. Great compassion. When you have a great compassion, you take the responsibility. Once you take the responsibility, yes, you said, I will save all sentient beings. I will provide, the cause of happiness for all sentient beings. Can you really? We cannot. How? Even though when you become, arhat, you cannot. Therefore, you can see, it is so important. I must become Buddha. Then I can benefit all sentient beings. Right? Therefore, you can see the order, great compassion, then, altruism, then wish to become a Buddha. It's become very practical. Okay, next we start the gradual training as a mini parts. At the beginning, there's a look at number 1. Training the mind to be, please read, intent on other welfare. Number 2, training the mind to be intent on the enlightenment. Very important. Bodhicitta always have to focus on the 2 M's. Number 1, other welfare. Number 2, enlightenment. Now you can see, wish to be all sentient being happy. This you are focusing on other welfare. Second, then, in order to fulfill other, welfare or other happiness, I must be Buddha. That means Bodhicitta always focusing 2 M's. 2 M's, right? For example, I want to save many lives, many people's life. Therefore, I want to be doctor. That means doctor mind means not just want to be doctor. want to save other living being. Not only just saving other living being, want to be doctor. That means bodhicitta means just think, become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. This man has a true focus. Okay, so next we start from there. Then please, whatever you learn from the books, from other master, other sifu, other teacher, or YouTube, whatever you learn from, different kind of, resource, please, you must put into practice. Try to change yourself. Try to correct yourself. So, for example, someone was, very unhappy last year. Now, you must be more happy than the last year. Then next year, you are much happier than this year. You must have a progress in your practice. Understanding level, happiness level, or, the patience, compassion. So, you have been studying Lamrim or Dharma for many years. Your short temper is same. Or your happiness is same. Maybe someday you have a less happiness than before. Your understanding become more worse. Then you are not really achieving the point to study Dharma. More open, more flexible mind, and more understanding. Somebody make you angry. Somebody says nonsense thing about you. Must have a better understanding. It doesn't mean you become more, stupid. Yeah, you can say in the society, somebody says so many nonsense things about you, if you don't say back, they thought, oh, I think the person is something wrong, or somebody say, oh, the person is thief, the person is something. If you don't respond, people think you did it, right? You did it. You must respond. When you respond without losing your temper, without losing your compassion. Look like mother and child. Child fighting to mother. Mother must say something. It doesn't mean the mother hates the child. The mother give advice. Sometimes the mother need to, like slept. This also will come with the compassion, right? Therefore, please, whatever you learn, please do practice and be more open, more flexible mind, have a more flexible mind, more happy mind. Thank you.